Fantasy Flight Games delivers to the gaming community Star Wars Outer Rim. Take to the stars and become a living legend in Star Wars Outer Rim, a game of bounty hunters, mercenaries, and smugglers for 1 to 4 players ages 14 and up. In Outer Rim, you take on the role of an underworld denizens, setting out to make your mark in the galaxy. You'll travel the Outer Rim in your personal ship, hire legendary Star Wars characters to join your crew, and try to become the most famous or infamous outlaw in the galaxy. But it won't be easy, since the warring factions of the galaxy roam the Outer Rim, hunting down the scum that have proven to be the thorn in their side. And other scoundrels looking to make their mark see you as the perfect target to bring down to bolster their own reputation. Do you have what it takes to survive in the Outer Rim and to become a living legend? Alright, well, Fantasy Flight Games sure does a good job at the write-ups, I think. But, okay, let's get into this. First of all, right off the bat, do I have to say anything else about this game being cool, or potentially cool, other than the 2 words, Star Wars? Alright, so this game brings something to me that I really enjoy, and that's that the sandbox feel of a game that I enjoy with Merchants and Marauders and games like that. And this is no exception, that's for sure. That this brings the sort of smuggling, bounty hunter, mercenary lifestyle of Star Wars to your tabletop. Maybe mine someday soon. So that is really excellent. Sandbox games are one of my favorite types of games to play, and to get a sandbox Star Wars game is awesome. Completely just top notch. I just can't stop thinking about how cool that is. And in case you don't know what a sandbox experience is, well, although some people argue there's no such thing as a sandbox board game, I think it comes down to the sense and the feel of openness. Now, of course, you are still, confined to the borders of the board, but this sandbox game style gives you the chance to earn your victory points in a number of different ways, working out a story for your character, a personal life story that's going to be different not only every time you play, but every time anybody plays the game. And you can, the sense that you can do anything. I know you really technically can't, but the sensation that they give you through a successful sandbox-style game has always excited me. To bring that to Star Wars? Awesome. Now, of course, you can't have a fun Star Wars game, I don't think, unless somehow the iconic characters like Han Solo and Lando and Boba Fett are going to be somehow incorporated into the game. And of course, they do that in this game. So you're playing in the Star Wars universe, experiencing stories and adventures right alongside the characters from the movie. Wow, that always gets me excited! But it's not just the movies. If you're a fan of the comic books, the novels, animated series, they're going to be having tie-in references in this game as well. This game covers pretty much all of the Star Wars canon, or canons, if you will, or tries to at least, bring some little element of it into the game. So even if you're more of a fan through another medium than the movies, you're going to find something familiar in here that you're going to enjoy. And I also like to put this in the sense of trilogy, right? Because when you think of Star Wars, you think of trilogies. And in a sense, this game is, although without intending to be, sort of part of a trilogy the way I see it with other FFG games. And specifically, I'm speaking about like Imperial Assault. Imperial Assault by Fantasy Flight Games is a perfect game, I think, to play Star Wars if you want to get to the nuances of the characters in an RPG aspect, but still being a board game. You're not going to do better in the Star Wars universe for playing a board game than that. And on the other end, you have Rebellion, which is this massive space battle and cosmic game of cat and mouse between the Empire and the Rebels. And then you have this, right? You have this now, Outer Rim, which is sandboxy, but it doesn't touch on the battles and the wars, doesn't get into the minutia of you, the character, like an RPG game is. It feels settled nicely in between those two gaming styles. And of course, since it's by the same company, same IP, right? We're talking about Star Wars here. I think it does finish off or complete a Fantasy Flight Games trilogy of Star Wars. Now, they have a lot of other Star Wars games, and maybe you could figure out your own little trilogy version that this kind of fits into, but that's the way I see it. It hits the marks that the other two games don't. I just think that if you're a Star Wars fan and you enjoy board games, or hell, even if you love board games even more so, you need to go check this game out. You're probably going to want this game. It deserves a spot on your Christmas wish list, your holiday wish list. It deserves a spot on your shelf to hit your table. Go. Find out more about this game. Don't leave it just up to me. There's a ton of material online about Star Wars Outer Rim. So please, go look into this, because I think this is a game that needs even more eyes on it, more people playing it, more adventures to be had through this specific system. So yeah, go. By Fantasy Flight Games. Check out Star Wars Outer Rim.